up from other cities, as opposed to relying on Marines in order to respond to any of this. I don't know. Look, everyone's lying to you. I just want to be clear about that. Everyone is literally lying to you. You got the rad lips who are like, no, man, rioting's cool, man. This is just the expression of the frustrated man. No, it's not. I think it's disgusting. I'm sick of taxpayer dollars going to absolute waste in this city. Rioters break everything. Then we have to pay for it. Then they break it again. We got to pay for the vandalism and the cleanup again at a time when we have a $1 billion budget deficit. I'm not even entertaining the rioters. The fact that the rioters exist is also a problem, considering the fact that that's all anyone is talking about, as opposed to focusing on the individuals who have been detained for deportation. Who are these people? How many of them have committed crimes outside of being here illegally? What kind of crimes have they committed? Is the juice worth the squeeze, as Waz mentioned yesterday when we were covering this story? But we're not talking about the immigrants. We're talking about the rioters, because the rioters love to suck up all the attention. They love to exploit any political issue to go wild and carry out their, anarchy and their violence. I can't stand them, and I can't stand the people who provide cover for them. And of course, they totally suck the energy out of the legitimate protests and the peaceful protesters who are now basically not even talked about in any of the coverage, because the rioters demand all the attention, because that's what they do. And they know it, because they don't care. You think the guys that broke into the Apple store had any interest in what's happening with the detention and deportation of undocumented immigrants in this country? And for anyone who wants to reference the color of my skin to say that I don't have the right to weigh in on how people of color engage in riots, first of all, you're a piece of crap for conflating the rioters with people of color in general. I've seen a lot of white people out there rioting, number one. And number two, if my tax dollars pay for those sidewalks that are being ripped apart right now, I'm gonna go ahead and say what I need to say. The rioters are a problem, okay? They were a problem in the summer of 2020 in that they totally destroyed the message coming from, the peaceful protesters that were involved with BLM. It was a problem that there was cover for them by people in the media and the left. And I don't think that same mistake should be made this time around. I think peaceful protesters need to be protected, rioters need to be arrested, and we need to go back to where this conversation really needs to be, which is the individuals who are being targeted for deportation. And are we really comfortable with $134 million being spent on deploying 700 active duty Marines to Los Angeles? I'm not at all. But all right, everyone, welcome back. I'm gonna read from Elise 2408. Please don't call them all rioters. They're not all rioters, they're not. You have the ACLU, you have the SEIU, like they're organizing daytime demonstrations. And it just sucks that like the peaceful demonstrators who have a righteous reason to protest are just totally being drowned out by these pieces of crap who engage in the riots. But anyway, let me read the rest of your comment before I respond. They are protesters. There are protesters, but there are also rioters. A few people are doing bad and criminal things. Hundreds of people are doing bad and criminal things. But this is a peaceful, reasonable, righteous protest against Trump and his dangerous idiots. Again, there are two groups, and I think that there's this effort to pretend like the rioters either don't exist or it's like a handful of people, but it's not. It's not a handful of people. It's literally hundreds of people who are throwing rocks and fireworks at police. They're breaking into and looting businesses in downtown LA. They're doing street takeovers and shutting down freeways. These people are loathsome, and it's really important. If you're on the left and you actually give a damn about what the righteous protest is about, and you want to protect the peaceful demonstrators, you need to be more vocal in calling out the rioters and making it super taboo to do what they do. Because they've learned all their lessons from 2020, and the lesson was, this is totally okay, keep doing it. And I'm just not going to make those mistakes again. How many cities were just completely destroyed, burnt down, had to spend hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars to recover? It's unacceptable, and it's unfair to working Americans who pay their taxes and keep seeing their cities burnt to the ground. I'm not having a conversation protecting them or providing cover for the rioters at all. And I'm